Good morning. I'm getting up a little early this morning to begin Mass. I do have to work outside in the heat today, so I wanted to try and get an early start because it's going to be in the lower 90s here in Connecticut. And we're outside working on a deck, so it's pretty warm. But it's been a very good experience for me. Let me put this way a little bit. There we go. I can say that I'm getting into pretty good shape, drinking a lot of water and really fine-tuning and using the muscles that haven't been used in a while. Good morning, Jeannie. Regina, how are you? And thank you for this very nice alb repair. Everything's going great. I babysat last night for my grandchildren, and that was good. We went to bed early, so it wasn't a big deal. And we're constantly fighting the world, aren't we? Little things that the kids pick up that they shouldn't, and I'm correcting them whenever I see them. Hopefully it sticks at some point in their lives. Just using God's name in vain, and not in their little kids. They're not using it terrible, but I'm trying to get them to say, "Oh my goodness," instead of the other. And when they're talking about their little silly things. So, in any case, I'll be moving on to New York tonight. Go visit with my dad and my mom, which is always good. Dad is in his 90s, and mom is in her 80s. And also, I got word that we may have a wedding to do next year, so that's very exciting. And we'll have to start planning for that. And again, I apologize for not getting back to you. Once I get home, I will go through, get caught up on my emails, etc. So that's it. Let's begin with morning prayers and get today's TDIF going. Thank Deum Matronam Nostrae, Deum Jesum Christum et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. It's Friday, and I can honestly say that I'm relieved because I'm exhausted. So it's been a good experience, and now I get to do different types of exercises. All right, let's begin with morning prayer, and I'm going to move the camera back over here so you won't see my face. And let us place ourselves in the presence of God and in Catholic contemplation, humbly adore the Trinitarian Theophany. In nomine Dei, Matronam Nostrae, Deum Jesum Christum et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. And again, I apologize for such an early start, but like I said, I want to beat the heat today. Most holy and adorable Trinity, one God and three divine beings, I believe that thou art here present. I adore thee with the deepest humility. I render to thee with my whole heart the homage which is due to thee. O my God, I love thee above all things. With our whole hearts and souls, we love thee above all things, with our whole hearts and souls, because thou art all good and worthy of all love. We love our neighbor as ourselves for love of thee, and we forgive all who have injured us, and ask pardon of all whom we have injured. Let us thank God for the many graces that we receive, and offer ourselves and our sufferings up to the Trinitarian Theophany. O God, we most humbly thank thee for all the favors thou hast bestowed upon us to the present moment. It is again thanks to thy bounty that we should live to see this day, and we desire to employ it solely in thy service. We consecrate to thee all our thoughts, words, actions, and sufferings of this day. Sanctify them, O God, that there may be none that is not animated by thy love, or that would not tend to thy greater glory. Let us make a firm resolution to avoid evil and to do good, and let us beg of God the graces which are necessary to us. O God, thou knowest our weakness, and that we are unable to do anything good without the help of thy grace. Deny us not thy grace, O God, proportionate to our necessities. Give me strength to avoid everything which thou forbiddest, to practice the good which thou hast commanded, and enable us patiently to bear all the trials which it may please thee to send us. O God, our Mother, we place ourselves under thy protection. We throw ourselves with confidence into the arms of thy compassion. Be to us, O Mother of Mercy, our refuge in distress and our consolation in suffering, now and at the hour of our death. O my God, I am heartily sorry for having offended thee, and I detest all my sins because I dread the loss of heaven and the pains of hell, but most of all because I have offended thee, my God, who art good and deserving of all my love. I firmly resolve, with the help of thy grace, to confess my sins, to do penance, and to amend my life. Deum vobiscum, quoque apotei. Oremus. O God, the Creator and Redeemer of all the faithful, grant to the souls of thy servants and handmaids the remission of all their sins, that they may obtain by loving prayers the forgiveness which they have always desired, who livest and reignest with thee, one God, forever and ever. Suscipe Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum hanc immaculatum hostiam, quam ego indi nius famulus tuos offeditibi Deum meum vivum et verum, pro innumerabilibus peccatis et offensionibus et negligencies meis, et pro omnibus circumstantibus, sed pro omnibus fidelibus, cata locorum vivis atque defunctis ut mihi et illis proficietat salutem. Deum qui humani substantia dignitatem medibititor, condiditiet medibitius reformasti da nobis spiritus aquae divinimus Deum eis divinitatis esse consortes qui humanitatis nostrae, fiat et notis est particeps. Deum Iesum Christum Filium, tuum, qui tecum vivet et renat in unitate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Offedimus tibi Deum calicem, salutaris tuum deprecantis clementiam, ut in expecto divini majestatis tuae, pro nostra totius mundi salute, cum odore suavitatis ascendat. In spiritu humilitatis et in animo contrito suscipiam orate Deum Iesum Christum, et sec fiat sacrificium nostrum ec expecto tuo hodie. U placiat tibi Deum matronam nostre, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Veni sanctificator Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, et benedicit oblata prosequendo, et accepere hoc sacrificium tuo sancto nomine preparatum. Suscipe Sancta Trinitas sanct oblationem quam tibi efferimus, a memoriam passionis, resurrectionis et ascensionis Deum Iesum Christum, et in honorem Deum Matronam Nostri et Papa Pete Sanctorum et Istorum et omnem Sanctorum, ut illis proficiat ad honorem nobis autem et salutem, et illi pro nobis intercedere inter in celis, quorum amorem agimus in te per in Christum Deum nostrum. Orate ut meam ec vestrum sacrificium acceptabile fiat per Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Suscipia Deum Iesum Christum, sacrificium de manibus tui, sed laudam et gloriam nominis, sui ad utilitatem quoque nostram, totiusque ecclesiae sui sanctae. Deum vobiscum, quoque apud sursum corda, habemus ad Deum, gratias agamus Deum nostrum, dignum et justum est. Te igitor clementissimi mater pater, Deum Matrum nostre et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, per Deum Iesum Christum filium tuum, Deum nostre, subitus agamus ac petimus. Ut eccepte esse benedicas, hic sanctam sacrificium ilibata. In primisque tibi afferimus, pro ecclesiam tuam sanctam, catholicam, quam pacificare custodidi ad honore, et regere digneris toto orbi terrarum atque catholicae. Memento Deum famalorum cae tuorum. We pray for the sick and the suffering. We especially pray for Katie, Brittany Tafur, Neil and Earl Lively, Maria Josephina Mose, Henry, Barbara, and Benedict Santa Croce, Mr. Nobody, the Cantu and Duarte families, Jenna, Lena, Lori, Aaron, and family, the Nye family, and the Wolf families. We pray for Mr. Nobody to receive the funding and strength needed to complete the first Sede Vacantis Catholic Council office in Monastery of Illinois. We pray for an end to all governmental allowance or sanctioning of abortion or transgenderism of any kind, anywhere, place, or time. We pray for the establishment of a Catholic monarchy with a sound Catholic system of labor and medium of exchange and human value. We pray for courageous men to step forward as leaders of this Catholic society and to join the guardians of the Trinitarian Theophany. We ask for quote-unquote gay marriage to be banned, and we ask for a reversal of feminist ideology and a return to godly femininity. We ask that women cease working for Freemasons and corporations everywhere and for all time, with the understanding that raising traditional Catholic families is the high ideal and a necessity for sustaining a Catholic society. We ask that men change the monetary system in order to make the exchange unit more valuable so that that women do not have to work and that men can work reasonable hours and be good fathers in their families. We ask for the conversion of all sinners trapped in the state of mortal sin, especially the ignorant. We ask for the effects of the satanic enthronement ritual and Black Mass held on June 29, 1963, between the Vatican and the Masonic Mother Lodge in South Carolina be reversed and the spell destroyed. We pray for wisdom on how to raise naturally grown animals and pure foods and vegetables on small farm atmospheres which are most conducive to a good family life. We pray for the elimination of all harmful radiation waves in our air and in our homes, and to have us slowly get used to less electronics in our life. We ask to shut down CERN and close all gateways and portals created by these electronic devices, and for that equipment to be destroyed. We ask that the criminal justice system stop being criminals. All these things we ask in accordance with God's holy and divine will. Et omnium circumstantium quorum tibi fidis cognita est et nota devotio, pro quibus tibi afferimus, vel qui tibi afferunt hoc sacrificium laudis pro se suisque omnibus, pro redemptione anomarum suarum, pro spe salutis, communicantes et memoriam venerantes in primis gloriose semper Deum matronam nostrae, et Deum Iesum Christum, et beatorum martyrium tuorum Papa Sancti Petri, et Sancti Lucia, et Sancti Jacinta, et Sancti Francisco, et Sancti Juan Diego, et omnium sanctorum tuorum quorum meritis, praetibusque concedas ut in omnibus protectiones tuae muniam auxilio, per indum Christum Deum nostrum, quam oblationem de Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum in omnibum, consecratum acceptabilem quaefecedi digneris ut nobis corpum, et sanguinum, fiat dilectissimi filium tuum Deum Iesum Christum, qui pridie quam pateretur recepit panum in sancta sacramentablis manus suas, et derivatis oculis in caelum ate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum suum omnium potentem tibi gratias agens, consecravit, fregit dique lumis sui dicens accipite et mandocate ex hoc omnes. Hoc est enim corpus meum. Simini modo postquam ceremonias accipiens et hunc precalem caricem in sancta sacramentablis manus suas item tibi gratias agens Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, consecravit dique lumis sui dicens accipite et bibite ex eo omnes. Hic est enim calix sanguinis mei, mysterium fidei, quae pro nobis et pro multis effundetur in remissionem peccatorum. Et quod est cum feceditis in memoram facietis. Unde et memores Deum nos servitui, sed plebs tua, sancta iustem Christum filium tuum Deum nostre, tam beate passionis nec non et benferis resurrectionis, sed et in celos gloriose ascensionis affedimus, preclare maestati Dei tuis donis actatis, supraque propitio ac sereno vultur respice dineris. Supplices te rogamos Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, ibi hic per manus tuum ut quod ex hoc autoris participationis sacrosanctum Deum Filium tuum corpus et sanguinum subsedimus omni benedictione celeste gratia Dei amor per indum Christum Deum nostre. We pray for those who have died. We especially pray for Ron O'Brien, for whom this Mass is being offered. Ipsis Deum et omnibus in Christum crescentibum, locum refugere lucis et pacis, ut indulgere proclamor per indum Christum Deum nostrum. Per quem hic omnia Deum Iesum Christum semper bona creas, sanctificas, vivificas, benedictis et prestas nobis. Per ipsum et cum ipso et in ipso, est tibi Deum Matrum omnipotente in unitate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, omnis honor et gloria. Ave Deum, matronam nostrae, gratia plena Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum tecum. Deum matronam nostrae, matram Deum Iesum Christum, misericordia nobis peccatoribus, nunc et in hora mortis nostrae. Libera nos quae sumus Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, ab omnibus malis praeteritis, praesentibus et futuris, et intercedente beate gloriosa semper Dei matronam nostrae, cum Papa Petrum Sanctorum et omnibus sanctis sta propitius pacem in Deibus nostris, ut opi misericordiae Tue aduiti et peccato simus semper liberi et ab omni perturbatione securi. Per Deum nostrum Iesum Christum Filium Tuum Deum nostrum, qui tege vivet et renat in unitate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, per aeternam. Pax Deum Iesum Christum sit semper vobiscum, et quoque apotei. Ec mixtio consecratio, corporis et sanguinis, Deum Iesum Christum, fiat accipientibus nobis in et salutem aeternam. Pax tecum, et quoque apotei. Deum Iesum Christum, qui ex voluntate Deum matronam nostrae, quaparante Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, per mortem Tuam unum vivificasti, libera me per hoc sacro sanctum corpus et sanguinum Tuum ab omnibus iniquitatibus meis, et universis malis. Et fac me Tui semper in harare mandatis, et unum quam separare permittas, qui cum eo Dea matronam nostrae, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, vivis et regnam aeternam. Perceptio corporis Tui Deum Iesum Christum, quod ego indinius sumere presum non mihi proveniat, in judicium et condemnationem, sed pro Tua pietate prosit mihi et tutum metis corporis, et ad me delam percipiendam, qui vivis et reinas, cum Deum matronam nostrae, in unitate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Panem celestem accipiem et nomen Deum Iesum Christum invocabo. Deum matronam nostrum non sundinius, ut intersudet meis in tanto verbis habiturnum mea. Deum Iesum Christum non sundinius, ut intersudet meis in tanto verbis habiturnum mea. Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum non sundinius, ut intersudet meis in tanto verbis habiturnum mea. Corpus Deum nostrum Iesum Christum custodiet anima mea. Quid retribuam Deum Iesum Christum, pro omnibus quae retribuit mihi, calicem salutaris accipium et nomen Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum invocabo. Laudans invocabo Dea matronam nostrae et ab inimicis meis salvos ero. Sanguis Deum nostrum Iesum Christum custodiet anima meam. Quod oris subsimus Deum Iesum Christum, puramente capiamus et immunere temperae fiat nobis remedium sempiternam. Corpus tuum Deum Iesum Christum, quod sumpsit sanguis quem furtava hejibus meis et presta, ut in me non remeniat scelera macula quem pura sancta reficienat sacramenta. Deum vobiscum, quoque apud te, oremus. O my Dame Iesum Christum, please pardon my sins and save me from the fires of hell. Please deliver all souls from purgatory, especially those in most need. And may the prayer of thy suppliants profit the souls of thy servants and handmaids, we beseech thee, O God, that thou mayest free them from all sins and make them sharers in thy redemption, who livest and reignest with thee, one God, forever and ever. Deum vobiscum, quoque apud te, ite missa est Deum gratia. Gratia tibi, Sancta Trinitam, obsequiem servitutis meae praeso ut sacrificium coroculis tuae majestatis in nos autoritibus et totavere et omnibus, pro quibus illud optole siti miserante publicabile per Christum Deum nostrum. Benedicat vos omnipotens Deum, Matronam et Filium et Spiritum Sanctum, Deum Matronam nostre et Deum Iesum Christum, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Gratias. Let's tip this up, so I don't have to bend down. Good morning, Greg. How are you? Great to see everybody follow me around all over the internet and all over the world. And it's all for the glory of the Trinitarian Theophany, of course. Thank you very much. Tomorrow, like I said, I'll be in Long Island, New York, and I'm having breakfast with my brothers, which is kind of like a tradition that we do. And I'm going to try and get, depending on what time they need to meet, we'll either do it early again or right after that. So it'll be either early morning or later morning. I'm sorry I can't give you more details, but this trip has been a whirlwind and I guess you'd call it a wing it trip. Thank you again. We have lots of good things happening. I haven't been following the world situation, but we know that's horrible. But we're making inroads, I think, with our prayers, with our rosaries. We're gaining youth, which is amazing. And as I mentioned earlier, maybe before, some of you didn't get on and hear it, but we're gonna, fingers crossed, have a wedding. I think it'll go off good next year. So keep praying the Rosary 150. And, that's what I wanted to mention. If you're watching this video and you're like, where am I, or whatever, and what am I about? You must go to ourladyisgod.com, OurLadyisGod.com, and begin studying. And if you're already an expert, like those of you listening, most of you listening already, that's where we all learned and came to this. So let's thank God, and it's Friday. Go enjoy your day, and please sanctify everyone that you meet. Have a good one. Take care.